Good afternoon, everyone. Welcome to IAS Origin. This is your first class for CSAT. Very, very important, and don't take it lightly. So let's start the class without wasting any time. Okay. So मेरा नाम है ऋषभ और मैं आज पहला चैप्टर पढ़ाने जा रहा हूँ डायरेक्शन सेंस. आई होप आई एम ऑडिबल टू ऑल ऑफ यू. आई एम विजिबल टू ऑल ऑफ यू. माई स्क्रीन इज विजिबल टू ऑल ऑफ यू. So let's start with basic concepts of direction sense. Basic concept से शुरू करेंगे. Bilingual class होगी. Don't worry about English और हिंदी. I will talk in both. हिंदी में भी बात होगी, इंग्लिश में भी बात होगी. Language issue नहीं होगा. There will be no language issue. Okay. So let's start the class. So we will start with direction sense and some basic directions, angles, clockwise, anti-clockwise. We will talk about that. Then we will move forward to solve some questions. कुछ क्वेश्चन सॉल्व करेंगे. कुछ टाइम आपको दिया जाएगा, 1 मिनट 1.5 मिनट का, सो दैट यू कैन ऑल्सो थिंक एंड मूव फॉरवर्ड. ओके, बिकॉज थिंकिंग, डेवलपिंग अ थिंकिंग स्किल इज इंपॉर्टेंट फॉर सीसैट. रट के नहीं जा सकते वहां पे. ठीक है, लेट्स स्टार्ट some with some basic concepts. Now point number 1, let's talk about directions. Let's talk about directions. Okay, so we know that there are 4 basic directions. There are 4 basic directions. 4 basic direction होती हैं, उत्तर दक्षिण पूर्व पश्चिम, नॉर्थ साउथ ईस्ट एंड वेस्ट. These are the 4 basic directions which we all know about. So this is north, this is south, this is east, and this is west. Okay, got it. Now between every direction, as per question, जो लॉजिक रीजनिंग में आस्क किया जाता है उसका ये मतलब है कि ये 90 डिग्री का एंगल है. This is also 90, this is also 90, and this is also 90. Between every traditional direction, the angle between traditional direction is 90 degree. Point number 1. Okay. Now let's talk about applied direction. जैसे ये हुआ नॉर्थ ईस्ट. ओके, ये नॉर्थ वेस्ट. दिस वन इज साउथ वेस्ट and this one is south east. Okay, I hope you get this. Okay, so between every applied direction also there is an angle of 90 degree shown in blue. Okay, this is also 90 degree. Okay, north east, north west, southwest, southeast. Now important point to remember is this angle. So, angle between east and northeast 45 degree. Angle between north and northeast 45 degree. So on and so forth. Why I'm telling you this? Sometimes questions can be asked that certain person, let's say person A is moving in east direction. He moves 220 degree, let's say 220 degree anti-clockwise. So in which direction he is facing? So you will have to know which angle to choose from. Okay. For example, let's say person B is moving in north direction. Okay, and he turns 135 degree clockwise. अब 135 degree clockwise क्या होगा? 90 plus 45. So he was moving in north. A person B was moving in north. Okay, he moves 135 degree clockwise. So now which direction he is facing? So he must be facing in this direction. Okay, so what is this direction? So this is north, this is south, this is east, so this will be southeast. So this will be southeast direction. So angles are important, direction is important. So, and the relation between angles and directions are also important. Questions can be asked like that also. So basic concept number 1 is this. Okay, ये basic concept. I hope you all get it. Now let's move towards second concept. That is clockwise and anti-clockwise. So what is clockwise? जैसे ये घड़ी है, this is a clock. The hands of clock, the movement of hands of clock is clockwise. This is clockwise. Okay, and what will be then anti-clockwise? If the movement of clock is in left to right, so this becomes anti-clockwise. This is anti-clockwise. Generally, if nothing is given, clockwise or anti-clockwise, and we are concerned with how to calculate angles, the angles are always calculated anti-clockwise. The angles are always calculated anti-clockwise. ठीक है, अगर डायरेक्शन नहीं दिया है, अगर ये नहीं बोला है 135 डिग्री क्लॉकवाइज डायरेक्शन और लेट्स से 90 डिग्री क्लॉकवाइज और 270 डिग्री क्लॉकवाइज, देन बाय डिफॉल्ट इट इज एंटी क्लॉकवाइज. एंगल्स हमेशा हम एंटी क्लॉकवाइज डायरेक्शन में मेजर करते हैं बाय डिफॉल्ट, अनलेस अंटिल गिवन. ओके, नाउ आई होप दिस इज ऑल्सो क्लियर. ओके, let's move to some other concepts. Now, concept number 3, when you have to determine the direction between the original point and final point. So you should know about one more thing, that is Pythagoras theorem. And it will be easier also if you remember some of the Pythagorean triplets also. So what is Pythagoras theorem? Suppose this is a right angle triangle. Suppose this is a right angle triangle A, B, C. Right angled at B. Okay, right angled at B. Now the base here is AB. The perpendicular P is BC, and this becomes hypotenuse H. Okay, perpendicular, base, and hypotenuse. So Pythagoras theorem tells what? That AC square equals AB square plus BC square, or hypotenuse square equals base square plus perpendicular square, or hypotenuse equals to root under b square plus p square. So this is Pythagoras theorem. Why I am telling you Pythagoras theorem? Let's talk about that. But please remember this. Very, very important, Pythagoras theorem. Okay. Please remember this. That hypotenuse is equal to root under base square plus perpendicular square. Okay. I hope I am clear till here. If you have any question, you can ask in the comment section. Okay. Now let's move forward. I will tell you why I am telling you Pythagoras theorem. Suppose there is a question that a person B, okay, a person B starts moving in the north direction and moves 4 kilometers. So he goes to the north, moves 4 kilometers. Okay. He turns right. Then the question says he turns right and moves 3 kilometers and reaches a point, let's say O. Now it says, the question says, what is the distance between the original point and the final point? So this was the original point. Let's say this was point B, original point. Final point is O. So now the question asks, what is the distance between initial and final position? Okay, now we have to talk about this distance. Right. So this distance, you have to find OB. Okay. Now we know by Pythagoras theorem that this becomes a 90 degree angle. So it is a right angle triangle. Okay. This becomes base, this becomes perpendicular. So we have to find hypotenuse. So what is hypotenuse is equals to root under b square plus p square, which is equal to root under 4 square plus 3 square. 4 square plus 3 square. This is equal to root under 16 plus 9. Okay. Which is equal to root 25. So this implies h is equal to 5. This becomes 5 kilometers. So distance between initial and final position becomes 5 kilometers. Okay. Also remember 3, 4, 5 Pythagorean triplet hota hai. Okay, means 3, if 3 is base, 4 is perpendicular, either way, 5 will be hypotenuse. Okay, similarly, 5, 12, 13 are also Pythagorean triplets. If 5 is base, 12 is perpendicular, 13 will be hypotenuse. So on and so forth. 6, 8, 10, 6, 8, 10 are also Pythagorean triplets. There are many more. I am telling you the basic. Why? Because ये तीन बहुत important है. These are not just important and very frequently asked in the exam. ये बहुत frequently पूछे जाते हैं. पूछे क्यों जाते हैं? क्योंकि बहुत common, easy होता है कैलकुलेट करने में. जिसको पाइथागोरन ट्रिपलेट्स नहीं भी पता है, वो भी सिंपल कैलकुलेशंस करके, यानी स्क्वायर रूट्स निकाल के इस नतीजे पे पहुंच सकता है. ठीक है. Try to remember the squares of at least numbers till 20. Try to. Okay. It will increase your calculation speed. पर स्पीड इंक्रीज होगा. बहुत ऐसा नहीं है कि यू विल गेट अ पीएचडी, ऐसा नहीं होगा, बट स्पीड इंक्रीज होगी तो आप बाकी क्वेश्चंस में ज्यादा ध्यान दे पाएंगे और समय रहेगा आपके पास कि आप इंग्लिश सॉल्व कर पाए या मैथ सॉल्व कर पाए या नंबर सिस्टम पे क्वेश्चन सॉल्व कर पाए. सो वही 2 सेकंड 4 सेकंड जो आप बचा सकते हैं एग्जाम में, दैट मैटर्स, स्पेशली इन एग्जाम्स लाइक सीसैट. तो अगर आप क्वेश्चन लो हैंगिंग फ्रूट क्वेश्चन से आप समय बचा पा रहे हैं, इट्स वेल एंड गुड. And not just well and good, you can use that time in solving other questions. Okay, so if you can, you must remember some square roots and as well as squares of number. Point number 2, try to remember Pythagorean triplets if you can. 3 or 4 Pythagorean triplets will be fine. 3 is written here, 1 or 2 more. Okay, now moving forward, and before we move forward, let's talk about a new batch, a new UPSC batch. It's an exciting offer for all of you. That new UPSC batch for 2025 is going to start. Is going to start. Start when? It is going to start at 27th of May 2024. So don't waste any time if you have not started your preparations yet for the next year. Please do go and join the batch, and our expert faculties will take care of you. Okay. So याद रखने की बात क्या है? नया यूपीएससी बैच 2025, those who are attempting 2025, 2025 जो अटेम्प्ट कर रहे हैं उनके लिए 27 मई 2024 से एक नया बैच शुरू हो रहा है. So please join it and take help from our mentors and our teachers. Okay, moving forward, we will solve some questions. Okay, कुछ questions solve करेंगे. Just wait. Okay, now question number 1, examples, simple examples से शुरू करेंगे. I will solve 1 and 2 questions for you. Then I will give you some time to think. Even if you can't solve the questions, it's important to think in the direction so that you don't get confused in the examination hall. सोचने का डायरेक्शन सही होना चाहिए. डायरेक्शन सेंस हो या रीजनिंग के क्वेश्चन हो या मैथ्स के क्वेश्चन. अगर मैं यहाँ पे सब सॉल्व कर दिया खुद से तो आपको लगेगा कि इट्स वेरी इजी बिकॉज इफ आई कैन सॉल्व. इफ यू सी समवन डू समथिंग, यू सीम दैट इट्स इजी. बट जब खुद से प्रैक्टिस करनी होती है, जब खुद पे काम करना होता है, तो इट सीम्स प्रीटी हार्ड. ओके, थोड़ा हार्ड लगता है. इट्स बेटर टू टैकल प्रॉब्लम्स हियर इन द क्लास रादर देन गोइंग टू द एग्जामिनेशन हॉल एंड फिर वहां जाके फंसना. So I will solve 1 or 2 odd questions for you. Then I will give you time so that you can think and approach the question. Okay. Even if you don't get the answer, I will solve it for you. But still, I will give you some time, 1 minute, 1.5, 2 minutes, so that you can think in the correct direction. Okay. Then I will help you. Okay. So question number 1, we will talk about it. Julia starts walking towards north from her house. After a while, she turned left and then turned on right. She further turned right. First, just for your sake, let's draw basic direction sense. So this is north, west, east, and south. So that I don't get confused. Even if you know direction, I myself can sometimes get confused in direction. So just for safety, always ट्राई टू ड्रॉ दिस। ठीक है, एग्जाम में गलती नहीं होनी चाहिए। ओके, सो जूलिया स्टार्ट्स वॉकिंग, लेट्स से ओरिजिनल पॉइंट इज ओ, she starts walking towards north from her house. Okay, this is north. Okay, then she turns left. From here she turns left. Okay, after a while she turned left and later on turned right, and from this point she turns right. Okay, so if someone is standing here looking in this direction, the right will be this side. Okay, okay, she further turned right, again she turns right from here. Which direction is she facing now? So we can see here that this is the direction where जूलिया इज फेसिंग, ये वो डायरेक्शन है जहां वो देख रही है, तो ये डायरेक्शन कौन सा है? दिस इज ईस्ट, सो योर आंसर विल बी ए, ईस्ट। ठीक है, जैसे ओरिजिनल पॉइंट ओ था, वो पहले नॉर्थ गई, फिर वहां से लेफ्ट लिया, फिर वहां से एक राइट लिया, फिर एक और राइट लिया। तो हमें पूछा है कि कौन से डायरेक्शन में देख रही है जूलिया, किस डायरेक्शन में देख रही है। सो शी इज क्लियरली वॉचिंग इन द ईस्ट डायरेक्शन। ओके, so this was the most basic question, सबसे बेसिक क्वेश्चन था जहां से हम अपना कॉन्सेप्ट डेवलप करेंगे। ओके, so is it clear? Okay, let's move forward. Let's solve this question, question number 2. Question number 2. So going 50 meter to the south of her house, Radhika turns left and goes another 20 meter, then turns to the north, goes 30 meter, and then starts her walking to her house. In which direction is she walking right now? Okay, so again, let's draw basic direction so that we don't get confused. Okay, I'm solving this question for you, then I will give you time to think on next question. थोड़ा slow चलेंगे, okay, so that concept में problem now. Okay, now so Radhika 50 meters south of her house. So let's say this is original point O. She goes 50 meter to the south. South is this. This is 50. Okay. Now Radhika turns left and goes another 20 meters. So if she is moving towards south and facing in this direction, this one, her left will be this side. Are you getting this? Okay. If you look at your back, your left will be on this side. Okay. So Radhika turns left and goes 20 meters. Here she goes 20 meters. Okay. Then turning to the north, she goes 30 meters. So north is where? This side. 30 meters. We can't go above O because this is 50. 30 is always less than 50. तो इससे ज्यादा तो नहीं जा सकती ना। ठीक है, जब डायरेक्शन सेंस की एरो बनाओ तो जो डिस्टेंस दिया है उसको ध्यान रखो, जो डिस्टेंस की यूनिट है उसको ध्यान रखना। 50 से ज्यादा 30 नहीं कर सकते। यू कांट मेक 30 लाइन ऑफ 30 मोर देन 50। अगर करोगे तो कैलकुलेशन प्रॉब्लम हो जाएगी। ठीक है, बाद में डायरेक्शन पूछेगा, आएगा साउथ ईस्ट, तुम लिखोगे नॉर्थ ईस्ट, गलत हो जाएगा, वो नहीं करना। अगर 30 को 50 से ऊपर कर दिए तो डायरेक्शन हो जाएगा नॉर्थ ईस्ट, गलत हो जाएगा। तो जब ये ड्रॉ डायग्राम बनाओगे तो डायरेक्शन के साथ साथ डिस्टेंस यूनिट्स का ध्यान देना होगा। डायरेक्शन के साथ साथ डिस्टेंस की जो यूनिट्स है वो ध्यान देना होगा। क्यों देना होगा? क्योंकि 50 इज मोर देन 50 इज मोर देन 30। अगर नहीं दोगे तो डायरेक्शन चेंज हो जाएगा, और कैसे होगा वो भी इस क्वेश्चन से पता चल जाएगा। ओके, एंड देन स्टार्ट्स वॉकिंग टुवर्ड्स हर हाउस। ठीक है, 30 मीटर जाने के बाद अपने हाउस की तरफ जाने लगती है। इन विच डायरेक्शन शी इज वॉकिंग नाउ? सो वी कैन सी दैट 30 इज लेस देन 50 हियर, यहाँ कहीं। लास्ट में कहता है कि यहाँ पे जब पहुंचती है देन शी मूव्स टुवर्ड्स हर हाउस डायरेक्टली, मीन्स वो इस डायरेक्शन में कहीं जाती है, अपने हाउस पहुंचने के लिए इस डायरेक्शन में कहीं जाती है। तो पूछता है कि इन विच डायरेक्शन शी इज वॉकिंग राइट नाउ, किस डायरेक्शन में वॉक कर रही है। तो क्लियरली ये वाला डायरेक्शन कौन सा होता है? नॉर्थ वेस्ट। ये डायरेक्शन कौन सा? दिस इज नॉर्थ, दिस इज वेस्ट, तो दिस विल बी नॉर्थ वेस्ट। तो ये डायरेक्शन कौन सा हो गया? नॉर्थ वेस्ट। सी। ओके, नाउ व्हाट आई वाज ट्राइंग टू टेल यू, अगर हम 30 को बढ़ा के बनाते, अगर लेट सपोज हम लोग 30 को बढ़ा देते और 50 के ऊपर कर देते, अगर हम डायरेक्शन के साथ, अगर हम डायरेक्शन के साथ वैल्यू ऑफ डिस्टेंस को तवज्जो नहीं देते और बढ़ा देते उसको, तो क्या होता? अगर हम 30 मान लो यहाँ तक खींच दिए होते, हम लोग अगर 30 यहाँ तक खींच दिए होते, लेट्स से पॉइंट सी, सो अगर उसको यहाँ से घर जाना होगा तो ये डायरेक्शन कौन सी हुई? साउथ वेस्ट। ये डायरेक्शन कौन सी हुई? साउथ वेस्ट। अगर यहाँ कोई साउथ वेस्ट ऑप्शन होता तो आपका अनुमान हो जाता गलत, सवाल हो जाता गलत, नंबर मिलते 0, और फिर प्रॉब्लम हो जाती सी सैट। सो प्लीज कीप योर माइंड रनिंग। गलत डायग्राम्स ड्रॉ करोगे तो नंबर नहीं आएंगे। ओके। ओके, ठीक है। आई होप यू गेट दिस व्हाट आई वाज टेलिंग टू ट्राइंग टू टेल यू, कि जब डायग्राम बनाए तो डिस्टेंस का ध्यान रखते हैं। ठीक है, नाउ मूविंग फॉरवर्ड, मूविंग फॉरवर्ड, क्वेश्चन नंबर, let's say this, try to solve this. So it's 1 p.m. I will give you, let's say, 1.5 minutes from here so that you can think on it. Try to think on it. Okay, try to think on it. Okay, try to think on it. And then I will tell you. I will read the question for you also. That Shiv goes 4 kilometers straight, 4 kilometers straight from his school. He turns to his right, walks 3 kilometers. He again moves 2 kilometers, turning right to reach his house. If his house is located in southeast from his school, then in which direction Shiv started moving initially from school? Then in which direction Shiv started moving initially from school? Okay, try to think on it. इसके ऊपर सोचो कि कैसे बनेगा. Let me draw a basic diagram for you so that you get help. Okay, basic diagram. But this is school. Let's say this is school S, and the house is located in southeast, somewhere here. This is house. Okay, he has to reach here. He has to reach here. Okay, so I have given you enough time. Let's solve it. So the question is, Shiv goes 4 kilometers straight from school. He turns his right. So he goes 4 kilometers straight. He turns right here and moves 3 kilometers. Okay. He then again moves 2 kilometers after turning right. Okay. So where is the house direction? Here. Okay. In southeast. Okay. So question is, if his house is located in southeast, then in which direction Shiv started moving initially? Initially, he started moving in east direction. Okay. नाउ पॉइंट नंबर 2, अगर ये नहीं दिया होता, इफ इट वाज नॉट गिवन दैट हिज हाउस इन साउथ ईस्ट, देन ही कैन मूव इन एनी ऑफ द डायरेक्शन. वी विल talk about each case. Since house is southeast and you have to go right, right, and right, you can't go this side. You can't go, let's say, this side. If you go this one right and two right, you can't reach southeast. Okay. If you go in west direction, so obviously you can't reach southeast. Okay. If you go south, we can see, check here, 4 kilometer, turns right, 3 kilometer, turns right, 2 kilometer. So this direction is southwest. So this assumption is wrong. This is wrong. This is wrong. So this assumptions hold right. तो हमारा पहला assumption ही सही हो गया, तो हमने बाकी चेक नहीं किया. बट हो सकता है कि आप ये assume नहीं करते. Maybe you could not have assumed that he was moving in each direction initially. बस अगर आप सिंपल डायरेक्शन सेंस भी ड्रॉ करेंगे तो आपको समझ आ जाएगा कि हमारे assumptions रॉन्ग है. अगर किसी को साउथ ईस्ट जाना है तो वो या तो ईस्ट से शुरू करेगा या साउथ से शुरू करेगा. ठीक है. ठीक है. आई होप यू गेट दिस. नाउ लेट्स मूव टुवर्ड्स अनदर क्वेश्चन. Let's move towards another question. John in the morning started walking towards north and then turned towards opposite side of the sun. Now sun problem. I will tell the concept in one more concept here in this question, but I will still give you 1.5 minutes to think on this question. Okay? आपका 1.5 मिनट अब शुरू होता है. आप क्वेश्चन पढ़िए और सवाल का जवाब देने की कोशिश करिए. John in the morning starts walking towards north and then turn towards opposite side of the sun. He then turns left again and stop. In which direction is he facing now? Try to solve it. Try to solve it. Okay, I'm waiting for replies and I'm giving you time. When you watch this recording, whenever you have free time, okay? जब भी फ्री टाइम हो और ये रिकॉर्डिंग देख रहे हो, तो ये जो गैप है बीच में, उसको यूज करना अपनी थिंकिंग स्किल्स डेवलप करने के लिए और आंसर करने के लिए क्वेश्चन जैसा तुम चाहते हो. ठीक है. एक अप्रोच होता है जो आप खुद डेवलप करते हैं. ठीक है. ओके. Okay, now moving forward, I will try to solve it for you. So John in the morning start walking towards north. For basic direction sense, we draw this. जॉन सुबह सुबह क्या करता है, वो मॉर्निंग में नॉर्थ की तरफ चलना शुरू करता है. लेट्स से दिस वाज ओरिजिनल पोजीशन ओ ऑफ जॉन. ओरिजिन्स ओ. ठीक है. सिंपल. ही मूव्स टुवर्ड्स नॉर्थ. हियर यू कैन नॉर्थ जाता एंड देन टर्न टुवर्ड्स ऑपोजिट साइड ऑफ द सन. सो अब दो चीज देखो, मॉर्निंग हो रही है और सन की ऑपोजिट साइड जाना है. In morning, when the sun rises in which direction? In the morning, when the sun rises in which direction? I want to ask you, in the morning, when sun rises in the which direction? So you will say east direction. This is here. In the morning, sun will be in the east direction. In the evening, when the sun is setting, it will be in the west direction. So the question says, John in the morning turn towards opposite side of the sun. So if sun is in the east, somewhere here, the sun is in the east somewhere here. Also opposite of sun direction will be west. So he moved towards west. So he moves forward to some point and then he turns left again and stop. From here, he turns left again in this direction. इस डायरेक्शन में लेफ्ट मुड़ गया, फिर से दूसरी बार लेफ्ट मुड़ा. ठीक है. he turns left again. ओके. जब वो दूसरी बार लेफ्ट गया और फिर वो रुक गया. अब सवाल कहता है कि किस डायरेक्शन में वो फेस कर रहा है. In which direction he is facing right now? So we can clearly see he is facing in south direction, this direction. So the answer will be C, south. I hope you get this. You are getting a good idea of the direction sense which I am trying to tell. Okay? These are some easy questions. These are some easy questions. Now let's move forward. So this comes angle questions. Angle clockwise and anti-clockwise question. I have told you about the concept. I have told you about the concept. I hope you got the concept. अगर concept समझ में आया है, then try to solve this question. Try to solve this question. अगर concept समझ आया है तो इस question को solve करने की कोशिश करो. Okay, I'm giving you 2 minutes from 1:10. Let's try to solve it. Try to solve it. It's 1:10. I will start solving it from a minute and a half. Okay, let me read question for you again. A man is facing east. He turns 120-degree clockwise and then 210-degree anti-clockwise. Okay. In which direction he is facing now? In which direction he is facing now? Okay, let's talk about it then. It's 2 minutes. So there are two ways to solve it. There are two ways to solve it. So let me start with way one, north. Okay. So a man is facing east. Suppose here is a man, he is facing in this direction, east. He turns 120 degrees in clockwise direction. So 120 means this is 90. 90 is south. 90 is south, okay? Got it. And then 30-degree more. So somewhere here. Okay. This is 120 degree. And from here 210-degree anti-clockwise. Anti-clockwise we will draw with red. Anti-clockwise. So this is 120 degree. Okay. And यहाँ से 90 degree more. Okay, he moves in this direction, 210-degree anti-clockwise. Okay. Which direction he is facing now? So we can clearly see he is facing C, north direction. So what I'm trying to tell you is either you can solve it graphically and sometimes you can solve it mathematically also. How? Let's say clockwise is 120 degree. So anti-clockwise is minus 210 degree. We denote minus for anti-clockwise. You can do either way. If you denote anti-clockwise in positive sense, make clockwise negative. Okay. So if we calculate, means subtract this from this comes minus 90 degree. minus 90 degree. So from what we know is from original position, 90 degree towards anti-clockwise will be the 90 degree anti-clockwise from original position will be the new position. 90 degree from 90 degree from original position in the anti-clockwise direction will be the your current direction. तो ये कौन सा डायरेक्शन है? ये नॉर्थ डायरेक्शन. Whichever way suits you and clicks you in the exam is the correct way. There is no right or wrong way. Whatever clicks in the exam is the correct way, and the approach, the way you are thinking, is the correct way. ठीक है, वो सही सही तरीका वो है जो क्लिक कर जाए, और सही तरीका वो अप्रोच वो है कि आप सही डायरेक्शन में सोच रहे हैं. ठीक है, ठीक है. Let's move forward then to other question. So the question is, a watch reads 4:30. If the minute hand points east, in which direction will the hour hand point? In which direction hour hand? Okay. So this is a tricky question. That's why it is here, and that's why it has been previously asked in an exam, a civil services type of exam, state PCS exam. So try to solve it. I will give you 2 minutes to think on it. And I will give you one hint in between. ठीक है, इसके ऊपर सोचो कि सही डायरेक्शन में सोच रहे हो या नहीं, और फिर एक हिंट देता हूँ. ठीक है. So watch reads 4:30. Minute hand is in the east. So the 30 position is in the east. Remember, it's not the traditional direction. This is the hint. In which direction will the hour hand point? In which direction will the hour hand point? Try to solve it. 1 minute left. Try to think in this direction. Okay. Try to think in this direction. Okay, so it's 1.5, 2 minutes. Okay, it's over. Just keep on trying. I will also help you in the process. Okay, so a watch reads 4:30. So let's first make a clock. This is 3, this is 12, this is 6, this is 9. So this is 4. This is 5. A clock reads 4:30. 4:30 means hour hand, and here will be minute 4:30. Now the question says the minute hand points east, so means this direction is east. This direction is east. This is east. If this is east, this is north. This is west. Opposite of east is west, and this is south. Okay. If this direction, if the minute hand is pointing in east, this becomes east. So north will be on the right side of east. Okay. West will be opposite of east, and south will be on the left side of east. Okay. The question is, in which direction the R hand will point? So R hand is pointing in this direction. What is this direction? If this is north, this is east. This direction obviously becomes north, east. Okay. I hope you get this solution. I hope you are getting this solution. ठीक है? ठीक है? The answer will be B, not peace. The answer will be B, not peace. ठीक है? Any questions till now? Is it clear? Or any questions till now? Is it clear till now? Okay. Now let's move to another question. Try to solve it. The question is B and C interchange their positions. B and C interchange their positions. And C starts moving the walkways to meet the B, first B and then D. Halfway between B and D, he turns right and starts walking towards the center of the garden. In which direction is he going now? ठीक है? So the figure is given for you. The figure is given for you. The question is given for you. Try to solve it. I will give you 2 minutes. It's 120. I will give you till 122. Try to solve it. Okay, now I have given you enough time to think and ponder upon it, to make an approach. Now let's do it together. Even if you're solving it, you can solve it and watch this again. Okay, now the question is B and C interchange their. So we are fortunate that the figure is being given. Why it is being given? Because the direction are different. Okay, here east is west, west is east, like that. So alternate directions are given. Okay, the direction sense on this planet is different. This is another planet, let's say जादू का planet. ये जादू का planet है. यहाँ पे डायरेक्शन कुछ उल्टा चलता है, अगड़म मगड़म है यहाँ पे कुछ. ठीक है, ये जादू का planet है जहाँ पे कुछ डायरेक्शन सेंस उल्टा चल रहा है. ठीक है, तो ये डायरेक्शन सेंस यहाँ दिया हुआ है. ये ट्रेडिशनल डायरेक्शन सेंस नहीं है जो हम अर्थ पे यूज करते हैं. ठीक है, लेट्स से ये टाइटन है, ये दिस planet is टाइटन. Okay, now C starts along the walkway to meet. First is B and C interchange their position. So this is B, this is C. So this becomes B and this becomes C. B और C अपनी पोजीशन इंटरचेंज कर लिए, मतलब जगह बदल लिए. इंटरचेंज में जगह बदल लिए. ठीक है, अब C B की डायरेक्शन में मूव करता है. B की डायरेक्शन में मूव करता है इन दिस डायरेक्शन. ठीक है, और फिर जब बी से मिल लेता है तो कहता है अब मैं डी की तरफ जा रहा हूँ। बट जब वो डी की तरफ जा रहा होता है, जब वो डी की तरफ हाफ वे बिटवीन बी एंड डी, he turns right. So somewhere here, he says, no, I will not go to D. I will turn right from here. Right. This is 90 degree. Right from here. ठीक है, और कहता है मैं सेंटर में जाऊंगा, सेंटर ऑफ द गार्डन जाऊंगा, ऑन दिस डायरेक्शन. So the question is asking in which direction is he going now? So he is going in this direction. So what is this direction according to this planet? South, west. So B is the correct answer. South, west. B is the correct answer. I hope you are getting what I am trying to teach here. I hope you are getting what I am trying to teach here. ठीक है, ऐसे डेवलप होगा डायरेक्शन सेंस. ठीक है. नाउ अगेन एन इंपॉर्टेंट अनाउंसमेंट, बी वेरी वेरी, अपने कान खड़े कर लीजिए. ठीक है, बी वेरी वेरी डिलीजेंट. सो दिस इज एन अनाउंसमेंट फॉर ऑल ऑफ यू दैट ऑन फ्रॉम संडे ऑन, every Sunday, not just one Sunday, every Sunday from coming Sunday. ठीक है, जो अभी संडे आ रहा है, every Sunday there will be 3 hour master class. There will be 3 hour master class. For which? For UPSC. There will be a 3 hour master class every Sunday starting from the coming Sunday. There will be 3 hour master class for UPSC. And how will you get to register for it? So there is a link given where in the description box. There is a link given in the description box. Go check and register. Go check and register for the link given in the description box about the 3 hour masterclass for UPSC commencing from Sunday, from the coming Sunday. And every Sunday there will be a 3 hour masterclass where you can interact with our mentors and guides. Okay, and talk, and you will get to know more about UPSC and will be helped in any which way possible from the coaching itself. How to join it? The link will be in the description. Go check, go register, and please come back tomorrow as well as every Sunday or every class that follows. ठीक है? ठीक है? I hope you are going to like this initiative of IAS Origin. Now, moving forward, let's talk about another question. Let's talk about another question. So this has been previously asked in UPSC. Okay. Now, point number, the very important thing that I missed is this master class is absolutely free to register for everyone. So this is free to register for everyone. Go register and try to make maximum use of. Okay, so let's move forward. This is a previous year question. I will give you 2 minutes again. I will read the question for you. A man walks down the back side of his house straight 25 meters, then turns to the right, walks 50 meters again. Then he turns towards left and again walks 25 meters. Then he turns towards his left and again walks 25 meters. If his house faces to the east, what is his direction from the starting point? What is his direction from the starting point? Try to solve it. Now here there are two things that you will have to keep in mind. Direction sense का पता होना चाहिए, but डिस्टेंस, द यूनिट डिस्टेंस का भी अंदाजा होना चाहिए. ऐसा नहीं होगा कि 25 की लाइन 50 से बड़ी कर दी. 25 लाइन, the line for 25 kilometers can't be more than the line for 50 meters or your direction will be changed. There will be anomaly in your direction. तो ये नहीं करना है. डायरेक्शन के साथ डिस्टेंस को भी ध्यान में रखना है अगर ये दिया हुआ है. अगर ये आसान होता तो यूपीएससी में इतने आसानी से नहीं पूछता. इट्स अ ट्रिक क्वेश्चन. सो इट्स 128. आई विल गिव यू 2 minutes till 1:30. Okay, till 1:30. And then I will solve it for you. I will explain it to you. Okay, but I will still give you 2 minutes to think on this question. It's a previous year question. Try to solve it. 1 minute left. If you have any queries regarding this session, and if you are watching it live, you can comment in the comment box. I will check it. Or if you are watching recording, uh, again, comment in the comment box. I will be watching it. If possible, I will try to solve it in the comment box itself. If not, I will help you in the next class. But be interactive in the class. क्लास में इंटरेक्ट करना जरूरी है. चुपचाप बैठ के सुनोगे, कथा चल रही है, भूल जाओगे. इंटरेक्ट नहीं करोगे, भूल जाओगे. बातचीत, अगर अपने मेंटर से बातचीत नहीं करोगे, भूल जाओगे. ठीक है. तो क्लास को इंटरेक्टिव होना पड़ेगा. ये कोई स्कूल नहीं है कि आप वन वे कम्युनिकेशन कर रहे हैं. इट्स नॉट अ गुड थिंग टू डू अ वन वे कम्युनिकेशन. इट्स बेटर कि आप जो है क्लास पे इंटरेक्टिव रहें. अगर रहेंगे तो आपका दिमाग भी थोड़ा ज्यादा एक्टिवली ग्रास्प कर पाएगा चीजों को. तो इट्स बेटर टू बी एक्टिव इन द क्लास रादर देन बीइंग लेट्स से जस्ट लिसनिंग टू द एजुकेटर एंड से कि हाँ हो गया मेरा तो हो गया. ऐसे नहीं करना. बी इंटरेक्टिव. ओके, नाउ लेट्स सॉल्व इट टुगेदर. सो मैन, again let's make a direction not. Okay, a man walks down the backside of his house straight 25 meters and turns to right, walks 50 meters. So let's make a house here. Let's say this is house A. ठीक है. Now the question says the house is facing east direction. So house faces this direction. Okay, house faces this direction. House faces this direction. ठीक है. पॉइंट नंबर 1 तो ये समझ में आ गया. ठीक है. अब ये क्वेश्चन क्या कह रहा है? पहले तो ये देख लो कि हाउस फेस कहाँ कर रहा है. ईस्ट कर रहा है, तो ये ईस्ट है. अब फिर से वापस आते हैं क्वेश्चन के ऊपर. क्वेश्चन कहता है बैक साइड ऑफ द हाउस चलता है 25 मीटर्स. मतलब ये अगर ये फेस ईस्ट कर रहा है तो बैक साइड विल बी इन द वेस्ट. तो ये मूव किया कितना? 25 मीटर्स. फिर ये कहता है क्वेश्चन कि ये टर्न करता है राइट और मूव करता है 50 मीटर. ये राइट टर्न करता है और मूव करता है 50 मीटर्स. ये है 50 मीटर्स. ठीक है. ये यहाँ से ये राइट मूव करता है और जाता है 50 मीटर. ठीक है. ये 50 है. ठीक. जस्ट फॉर योर से. ओके. फिर कहता है देन ही टर्न टुवर्ड्स लेफ्ट एंड अगेन वॉक्स 25 मीटर्स. ओके. तो फिर क्वेश्चन कह रहा है कि ये फिर यहाँ से लेफ्ट घूम जाता है और 25 मीटर्स चलता है. दिस इज 25 मीटर्स. ठीक है. 25 मीटर स्ट्रेट गया बैक साइड, देन गया राइट गया 50 मीटर गया अगेन, एंड देन टुवर्ड्स लेफ्ट he again walks 25 meter. If his house faces east, what is his direction from the starting point? So starting point was O. Origins O. Origin. Always take O as origin or starting point. It will be easier for you. कि दिमाग में मसल मेमोरी में पड़ा रहेगा यहाँ पे कि O मतलब origin. ठीक है. तो हमें बताना है कि O से ये जो डायरेक्शन है वो कहाँ है. In this direction. What is this direction? What is this direction? Means ये वाली डायरेक्शन बताना. So ये डायरेक्शन कौन सी है? North west. The answer will be D, north west. Easy question from UPSC 2020. ठीक है. ठीक है, ओके, फाइन। Now let's move forward. So again, I will give you 2 minutes to think on it. Just 2 minutes, not more, not less. 2 minutes to think on it. Okay. Let me read the question for you first. So the question says P, Q, and R are three towns. P, Q, and R are three towns. The distance between P and Q is 60 kilometers, whereas the distance between P and R is 80 kilometers. Q is in the west of P and R is in the south of P. What is the direction between Q and R? Okay, I am giving you a hint. It's a Pythagorean triplet. It's a Pythagorean triplet. Okay. Try to solve it in 2 minutes. It's 1:35. I will give you time till 1:37. I have given you a hint. It's a Pythagorean triplet type of question. Try to solve it. Try to solve it. Make a diagram. Diagrams are very important in CSAT. Okay, it will help you imagining questions better. अगर आप ग्राफिकली ज्यादा अच्छे से इमेजिन कर पाएंगे क्वेश्चन तो ज्यादा चांसेस है कि एक्यूरेसी हाई रहेगी एग्जाम. ठीक है, so don't hesitate to make diagrams and correct diagrams, not just any diagrams. Okay, ऐसा नहीं होगा कि कुछ भी बना रहे हैं, कुछ भी नहीं बनाना है, पर जो क्वेश्चन कह रहा है ट्राई करना है कि उस लेवल तक जा पाए. ठीक है, उतनी एक्यूरेसी मेंटेन कर पाए. It's 1:35, 1 minute more, 1 minute more, and then I will solve it for you. And again, I am saying if you have any queries regarding this session or any session of IAS Origin for B, please comment in the comment box. Teachers or mentors or IAS Origin will reach out to you so that your doubts are solved. There should be no doubt left in your mind. Any doubt is very harmful for UPSC. Basics should be very, very clear. The concept should be clear. If you have any doubt, always feel free to ask. Okay. Okay, it's 1:36. Now we will solve it together. Now we will solve it together. Why I told you it is like a Pythagorean triplet. I will tell you two. I will solve it in two types. ठीक है, जो आसान लगे उसे कर सकते हो, बट है ये पाइथागोरस थ्योरम से ही सॉल्व होने वाला. ओके, सो देयर इज पी क्यू आर थ्री टाउन है. पहले हम लोग ये देखते हैं डायरेक्शन क्या है. क्यू इज इन द वेस्ट ऑफ पी, सो दिस इज पी, दिस इज क्यू. Q is in west of P and R is in the south of P, so this will be somewhat R. तो P और Q का डिस्टेंस है 60, so this is 60. And P and R का डिस्टेंस दिया है 80. So what is the distance between Q and R? If you make the diagram correctly, it will be much easier for you to solve the question. So we have to find what is the distance between Q and R. हमें Q और R निकालना है. QR equals to what? QR equals to what? Can't we see this is a right angle triangle? Can't we see this is a right angle triangle? Can we? This is right angle here at P itself. So this becomes base, this becomes perpendicular, this becomes hypotenuse. H is equal to root under B square plus P square. So which is equal root under 60 square plus 80 square. So this becomes 6036 plus 6400. So this becomes root under 10,000. Root 10,000 is 100. H it becomes 100 kilometer. D is the correct answer. So D is the correct answer. But You don't have to do all this calculation all the time. If you know about the Pythagorean triplets, I have told you this. I have told you this, that 6, 8, and 10 are Pythagorean triplets. 6, 8, and 10 are Pythagorean triplets. So if we multiply each by 10, so it becomes 60, 80, and 100. Same as this diagram, 60, 80, so h becomes 100. You don't even have to solve. If you know about the Pythagorean triplets, you don't have to solve it. If 6, 8, 10, you know that are Pythagorean triplets, then multiply every number. If you multiply every number by same, then again the triangle will be similar. Similar triangle means they are also Pythagorean triplet. 10 से मल्टीप्लाई तो किया है, 6, 8 और 10 पाइथागोरियन ट्रिपलेट है अगर, और सारे नंबर को 10 से मल्टीप्लाई कर दो तो भी पाइथागोरियन ट्रिपलेट होगा, 5 से करोगे तो भी पाइथागोरियन ट्रिपलेट होगा। ठीक है, तो 60, 80 का पाइथागोरियन ट्रिपलेट 100, क्योंकि 6 और 8 का होता है 10। ठीक है, तो आंसर क्या आया, 100 किलोमीटर। तो पूरा का पूरा पाइथागोरस थ्योरम सॉल्व करने की जरूरत नहीं है। इवन इफ यू नो अ सिंपल पाइथागोरियन ट्रिपलेट लाइक 3, 4, 5, ठीक है, 5, 12, 13 एंड 6, 8, 10, सम लाइक दैट, यू कैन सॉल्व इट विदाउट यूजिंग पेन एंड पेपर। और यही ऐसे क्वेश्चन होते हैं जिनको हम लो हैंगिंग फ्रूट्स बोलते हैं, जहां हम अपने समय बचा सकते हैं, और कुछ ऐसे क्वेश्चन जहां हम फंस सकते हैं वहां समय ज्यादा दे सकते हैं। ओके, सो ट्राई टू रिकॉग्नाइज योर स्ट्रॉन्ग पॉइंट्स इन CSAT so that you don't waste time on that. अगर हो रहा है हो रहा है, नहीं हो रहा है आगे बढ़ना है। ठीक, सो आई हैव tried to cover all types of direction sense questions today in this class. हर तरह का क्वेश्चन आई हैव tried to solve for you, and I have tried to make you think in the correct direction for the direction sense. ठीक है, तो आज की क्लास यहाँ खत्म करते हैं। I hope you like the class. I hope you have liked the class. If you like the class, do give it a thumbs up, like, share this class, subscribe to IAS Origins, and we will meet again tomorrow. We will meet again tomorrow. Okay, till then, thank you everyone. Till then, thank you everyone. Have a good day. Bye bye. Take care. And please meet again tomorrow, same time, 12:30 to 1:30. Okay? Like, share, subscribe. Bye bye.